Welcome back to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast. And in case you're just joining us, you're listening to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast with Emmy, Hikins, and Trevor.
She said, you just made me feel useless and hopeless. Like, A, I couldn't cope in that situation, and B, that, if I make a mistake, putting the wheel on, it's because I'm a female. If I made a mistake, I expect to be criticised, which I was, but I don't need anybody else standing up for me. Now, I thought that was quite an interesting way the film displayed that, because it kind of says everything I've been trying to say about the fluidity of gender roles now. Things are not the same. And although, I think most women in that situation would be grateful for someone standing up for them, I can sort of also understand, if we reverse that and say there's a guy in with a bunch of females and the guy messes up, and then we're told, well, you messed up, don't do it again. Fair enough. And then someone kindly, with very good, kind intentions, says, well, yeah, but he does really well, and he's only learning. That you could imagine that could come across as condescending or patronising. Oh, well, it's only because he's a young man or whatever. So I think we have to try and navigate this change, that women, in their quest, the perfectly understandable quest to be equal with men, which has largely, or in many ways, been achieved, in some ways not. Yeah, I think we just have to keep that kind of stuff in mind, that people, women ordinary things during the day, if you hold a door open or invite someone to go through first, they might think, well, hang on a minute, I'm just the same as you. Please don't treat me like that. Can you see what I'm saying? It's a difficult path sometimes to navigate. It really is.
Well, I don't. No. All right. So when the women's case, in the woman's case, in the scenario that you just said about, yeah, it's understandable. But I don't think a man would react. I don't think a man would feel it would feel like he was
patronized, perhaps.
Yeah. I don't think so, because men don't think that way. You're in the midst of an all women team.
Yeah.
And one woman sticks out for you, stands up for you, or whatever, defends you. I think you'd be grateful, actually. Would you not?
I think it depends on the situation. Yeah, I could never imagine myself doing anything other than expressing my gratitude and thanks for someone standing up for me. Yeah, because the way I see it as well, Cuz, it's kind of a similar thing. Something I've always been aware of. I mean, when I worked for a living, I used to sort of chair meetings of people and so on, and I was always aware. Sometimes somebody would say something, and then somebody would react, and somebody would get really embarrassed. Now, I think maybe, I don't know, from my childhood, I think sometimes I probably still am, I can be very easily embarrassed. But over the years, you fake it till you make it. And I think there's a lot in that. Yeah. But for me, if you suddenly find yourself the centre of attention in a meeting, or if you're having dinner with friends or any situation, and something causes you to get embarrassed, it is not a nice feeling. And so at those meetings occasionally, if ever that happened, I would try to take the heat away. Or occasionally, if I've been out to dinner and someone says something they shouldn't or whatever and embarrasses someone else, I don't like to see someone sort of sitting there, oh, what do I say next? Because everyone's looking at me. And it does happen sometimes. So I for my part, I always step in and just distract as best I can to get that heat off of that person. I'm not saying that's always the right thing to do. Again, I would run the risk. I think I've never known someone react negatively to me on that, but I do run the risk, if I ever do that, of someone saying, hang on a minute, I can look after myself, because you're assuming I can't. So I think it's a difficult thing, but yeah, I don't like to see anybody uncomfortable. And clearly in the film F1, that girl was uncomfortable, and Sonny, alias aka Brad Pitt, instinctively wanted to help. And I can't think that was really the wrong thing to do. Just something else, probably to conclude on this.
Yeah.
We talked about crime before, and again, we're talking about men and women. And I might just say, we haven't really touched on the XY chromosome and the XX chromosome. Let me just say that the X and Y chromosomes are each one of the 23 chromosomes humans have. We all have 23. Right. And the XY ones are the sex-determining chromosomes.
Right.
190 million years ago, when these things had evolved into early humans,
right,
the female X chromosome.
We're going to take a short break now. We're back shortly. You've been listening to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show with Trevor and Emmy Hikins. The Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast is looking for sponsors. If you're a company out there looking to spread the word about the products and services you provide, please get in touch with Deepstuff Radio Podcast on info@deepstuffrecords.com, or to use the contact form on our website to contact us, please visit radio.deepstuffrecords.com. Also, if you're looking to get involved on the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast, reach out via our Deepstuff Radio Facebook page. Thank you.